Okay, so let's dive into something that, well, it presented us with a bit of a fascinating puzzle, really.
Hmm.
We received this stack of source material, basically, descriptions for a whole range of mobile apps.
Right.
And they all seem to point back to one developer or company called Topar Solutions.
Yeah, and what immediately grabs you, I think, is the sheer, well, it's almost bewildering, the diversity of it all.
Totally.
You've got apps letting you explore these like breathtaking images from deep space,
Right.
and then right alongside those, tools for managing your, daily shopping list or finding where you parked your car.
MM.
And then yeah, sitting right next to those is a whole collection of games specifically designed to like train your brain.
It really feels like they're operating on, I don't know, 3 different planets at the same time,
Ah.
if you'll excuse the space pun.
Yeah. Why not?
One minute you're staring at Jupiter, the next you're adding bananas to a list,
No.
and the next you're trying to, challenge your memory.
Yeah.
So our mission here in this deep dive is really to unpack this incredible spectrum.
Exactly.
What are these sources telling us about what these apps are actually offering? The value they're aiming to bring to you across these wildly different parts of life.
Precisely. We're sort of going from the truly cosmic scale, looking at distant galaxies,
Yeah.
down to the very, very practical task of making sure you don't forget the milk.
Right.
It's this journey from like immense curiosity about the universe to the day-to-day needs that keep life running smoothly.
And then into mental fitness too.
And even into that realm of mental fitness, yeah.
That's quite the spread.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start where the sources seem to lean pretty heavily. Space exploration, astronomy.
Hmm.
There's a significant suite of apps here. Hubble. DSpace looks like there's a PRO version and maybe a second version too.
Right, yeah.
Then Galaxies. Spectacular, nebulae,
Mm.
magnificent. Plus these mission-specific ones like Space Shuttle, the Golden Age, Moon, Apollo, Mars, Curiosity Jupiter, Juno and Saturn, Cassini.
Mm.
That's a serious focus.
It absolutely is. And the core promise, across many of these space apps, according to these descriptions, is really visual immersion.
Okay.
They keep highlighting browsing hundreds of impressive photos,
Yeah.
often emphasizing that full screen viewing to make you feel as if you were in there at that moment, that kind of thing.
So it's maybe less about like dense scientific papers and equations
Right.
and more about delivering the awe of it all.
Yeah, it seems like it. Like with the Galaxies and Nebulae apps, they specifically mention pulling images from, renowned telescopes,
Mhm.
making these stunning distant structures feel really accessible.
Okay.
And they layer on more than just static images, too. Many descriptions note they include videos, sometimes hundreds of them, along with detailed information about the featured objects or missions.
Right, the content.
Yeah. And several mention 3D models as well. You see that in the Hubble Deep Space apps and the ones focusing on Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn missions.
Oh, interesting.
So that adds another dimension to the visual exploration.
That detail about 3D models,
Mm.
it suggests they're trying to go beyond just flat imagery, maybe offer a sense of scale or position,
Mhm.
especially for things like rovers or probes.
Oh. Yeah.
And for the historical missions like Space Shuttle or Apollo, it sounds like it's about bringing that history to life through these visual archives and information.
Exactly. The Mars Curiosity Source, for instance, specifically points to learning about the rover's activities over the years
Okay.
and studies covering like 5 decades of Martian research, all integrated with the visuals and the 3D models.
Wow.
And similarly, the Jupiter and Saturn apps seem to leverage those huge image and data sets from the Juno and Cassini missions, respectively, and just package them up for exploration.
So it sounds like they're curating these incredible scientific and historical resources,
Oh.
putting them into an app format that's designed for, ease of browsing and visual impact.
Seems like it.
The emphasis feels like it's on accessibility for anyone curious about space, presented through features like browsing, slideshows, galleries, videos. They're selling the experience of discovery almost.
I think that's key. They're leveraging rich visual media photos, videos, 3D models to make potentially complex or distant information engaging and um, digestible.
Right.
It's taking the findings of these immense scientific endeavors and presenting them in a visually captivating way for likely a pretty broad audience.
Okay, right. Hold on to your astronaut helmets, everyone, because
Yeah.
we're making a sharp left turn now.
Ah, okay.
From gazing at the cosmos, we land, like, squarely in the intensely practical world of daily tasks.
Yeah.
Because Two-Part Solutions also offers this significant suite of utility apps.
And the contrast. I mean, it couldn't be more pronounced, could it?
Not
One
right.
minute you're contemplating the vastness of a nebula, the next you're trying to remember if you bought toilet paper.
Exactly. MarketMates is a prime example here, isn't it?
Ah,
Focused entirely on shared shopping lists.
totally. That one's all about collaboration, built for groups.
Right, you create lists, invite others,
Yeah.
and the sources really highlight that changes update instantly for everyone.
Yeah, that real-time sync feature,
Uh,
it seems aims squarely at solving that classic problem, right? Multiple people shopping, forgetting items.
Definitely.
The description emphasizes seeing items added, removed, or purchased immediately, with optional notifications, apparently, to keep everyone on the same page.
hmm
You can keep lists private if needed, but yeah, the core seems built around that seamless group thing.
But here's a detail that adds an interesting layer, I thought. The sources mention voice and AI commands for MarketMates.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, apparently you can add items just by talking to the app,
Hmm.
specifying quantity like 2 kilos of apples, and even edit using voice.
Huh. Streamlining.
And plus, the ability to enter unit prices and automatically calculate the total cost. That suggests a focus on not just listing items, but maybe budgeting within the app too.
That integration of AI for input,
Hmm.
yeah, it suggests they're trying to make a common, often kind of cumbersome task much easier.
Makes sense.
Then, moving beyond shopping, we see this all-in-one tools app, which bundles a surprisingly diverse collection of utilities.
Yeah, this single app includes a tip calculator, Find My Car, baby names, photo memory, Pomodoro Timer, water tracker, clock, and BMI calculator. Like
A digital Swiss Army knife.
exactly, for all those random life needs.
And think about the specific frustrations these target, right? Find my car. That's a direct solution to that moment in a huge parking lot.
Oh yeah, been there.
The sources even mention letting you record why you parked there, like near the entrance, and review history.
Ah, that's useful.
And photo memory offers a visual aid for things you need to remember visually, like medication bottles or maybe gift ideas you saw.
Okay, I can see that. The baby names tool is super specific, offering browsing, meanings though linked externally it seems, and even a name wheel.
Yeah, a bit quirky. The Pomodoro Timer taps into those productivity strategies, helping users structure focused work sessions and breaks.
Right, time management.
And the water tracker, apparently it goes beyond simple tracking. It allows monitoring up to 18 different beverage types
18.
with lists, graphs, and even a home screen widget for quick access. The BMI calculator also includes weight and height tracking over time, adding a historical view.
Okay.
And there's an exam timer too, another specific productivity tool designed to help students practice timing for tests. Calculates time per question, shows progress visually.
So this whole suite of tools addresses a pretty wide range of practical problems, from planning and budgeting with MarketMates to personal organization, health tracking, productivity hacks. It's a really far cry from contemplating the rings of Saturn, isn't it?
It truly is. And if we try to connect this back to the space apps, maybe what we're seeing is a developer addressing two fundamentally different impulses.
How so?
Well, our expansive intellectual curiosity about the universe
Yeah.
and our need for efficiency and organization in the sort of concrete reality of our daily lives.
Ah, I see. Serving both the dreamer and the task manager within us.
Maybe. Yeah.
Which leads us neatly, actually, to the third distinct category highlighted in these sources, brain games.
Right. The all-in-one games app, it packs, what, 8 different puzzle types?
Yeah, and this app is presented not just as, like, casual entertainment.
No, it's framed as a brain training playground.
Right, with the stated goal of sharpening your mind and improving cognitive skills.
The sources list games targeting specific functions. You've got Schulte Table for visual perception and attention.
Okay.
Tile puzzle for spatial reasoning, odd, or even for quick math and reaction time.
And Mind Guru and Quick Recall seem to focus squarely on memory.
Yeah, those are pretty direct memory tests. Then there's also Math Match, which combines memory with arithmetic.
A combo challenge.
Some Grid Puzzle for logic and calculation. And Hue Hunt, which challenges color perception and attention to detail. The description really emphasizes the variety and that dual nature. It's presented as both beneficial for your brain and enjoyable to play.
So they're not just throwing random games in there.
Yeah.
It feels like they're curating specific puzzle types known to engage different cognitive areas: memory, logic, speed, visual processing.
Yeah, it seems
Now,
like.
it's positioned as a tool, for mental exercise, but framed within a game context to make it, less like homework.
Yeah, I think the interesting point here is that deliberate selection of games, targeting distinct cognitive abilities. It implies an intention, maybe, to provide a well-rounded mental workout, not just one type of puzzle over and over.
Right. So looking across all these sources for Topar solutions, we see this triptych almost. Apps to explore the universe,
Hmm.
apps to manage daily life,
Yep.
and apps to train your mind. It's a remarkably wide scope for what appears to be a single developer brand.
It really is. They seem intent on providing value across very different dimensions of your life, feeding that intellectual wonder,
Yeah.
streamlining the mundane tasks, and offering tools for mental engagement, all from one source.
Okay, so let's quickly recap this deep dive then. We first explored the space apps,
Right.
highlighting their focus on those stunning full-screen visuals, the detailed info, videos, 3D models, all designed to make cosmic exploration accessible and, well, awe-inspiring.
Definitely hitting the awe button. Then we shifted gears hard to the practical daily tools.
Yeah.
We talked about the collaborative, real-time features and those AI commands and market mates, and just the sheer utility of the all-in-one tools, covering everything from finding your car to productivity timers and personal tracking, clearly aimed at improving efficiency in everyday life.
No doubt. And finally, we looked at the All-in-One Games app, noting its collection of 8 distinct puzzles,
Right.
chosen specifically to target different cognitive skills like memory, logic, attention, positioned as engaging tools for mental fitness.
So these offerings, while they seem so disparate on the surface, collectively, maybe they illustrate a developer trying to address a really broad range of human needs. From our desire to understand the cosmos, to our need for an organized daily life, and our interest in keeping our minds sharp.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? And maybe here's an insight to consider, sort of drawn from looking at this entire portfolio.
Okay.
Perhaps this isn't just a random collection of apps thrown together. Maybe the very fact that a single developer offers tools to explore the farthest reaches of the universe and manage your grocery list or track your water intake. Maybe that speaks to a fundamental aspect of human experience itself.
Go on.
Well, we all fluidly navigate between seeking profound knowledge, looking up the stars,
Yeah,
and managing the really practical demands of existence, often in the same day, even the same hour.
looks true.
So these apps, in their surprising combination, maybe they just mirror that complex reality of modern life, that constant switching between the big picture and the immediate task.